All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Young Black Suburban. Today we have a very, very interesting guest on the show. We've been chatting before we started, and I assure you that this is going to be a great episode. We have Dylan Kelley on the show. Kelly
Pleasure
or
to
Kelly?
meet you. Kelly.
On the show, he's an actor.
Right.
He's an actor, filmmaker, also balloonist.
No, but I'm a writer.
Part-time comedian, writer. Singer.
Everything.
Yeah, jack of all trades. How you doing, Dylan?
I'm alive.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
It's from these stories already. It's hard to believe.
God, I can't believe I'm actually breathing right now.
Yeah. That's good. And
how are you?
I'm great.
That's
yeah.
great.
No one ever asked me if I'm good. You know how I'm doing.
What kind of fucked up shit is that?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a fucked up world.
Yeah.
Everybody cares about themselves.
But you know what? I'm an actor. So of course all we give a fuck about is ourselves. We're narcissists. Most people in the entertainment industry are narcissists.
Yeah, a lot of boxers are narcissists as well.
Really?
Yeah, you have to be almost. You got to believe that you're better than everybody. So
Yeah.
you can't have 1 ounce of doubt that like you're worse than someone.
That's probably absolutely true.
Yeah.
That's absolutely.
Yeah. So, where are you from? You didn't tell me that part yet.
Okay. Well, would you like to know where I was born? Or
Everything. Just start from the beginning.
Okay.
Give us.
I was born in Bulgaria on April 8th, 1999. I was born in Bulgaria on April 8th, 1997. I was given up.
1997.
1997. Shut the fuck up. I'm old now. I just turned 25.
I was 13 when you were born.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you remember everything.
I remember, yeah.
Horrible tragedies.
Oh, yeah. I was in high school at that time. I remember. Yeah.
Did they send everyone home?
So you're making me feel really old right now because
well,
to me, September 11th was yesterday.
Anybody who buys Vela.
Yeah. So we were in gym class. We had no idea.
Boxing.
No. High school. We were playing basketball or whatever. They cut all the lights off. They told everybody to get down on the ground because they didn't know like if a plane was going to hit anywhere, at the time. So everyone was hiding and everything. And then they let us go back to class and we saw on TV what was happening. And we still didn't really grasp what was going on. I went home that day. The streets were clear.
Yeah.
I seen like what we would call today Proud Boys. This is right in Marsville. So
yeah, I go there a lot to buy cigarettes.
You got people all of a sudden over hours turning into patriots, wanting to go to war within hours of getting hit by the time. We didn't even know who did it. And
Marsville's a very Republican state.
Yeah. Town. Yeah.
I am intelligent. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't.
You're good. So you're 25.
25, born in Bulgaria, April 8th, 1997. I was given up for adoption.
Okay.
When the day that I was born, I was in an orphanage for 2.5 years. So as you know, there was like 30 other babies. I didn't get the attention I needed. I wasn't treated right.
This was in Bulgaria.
This was in Bulgaria, in the orphanage.
Okay.
So what happens in that situation is, children, their most important developmental age is between 0 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
That's when their brains will develop. I was already halfway.
Yeah.
So, isn't it a miracle? Which I think explains a lot, don't you? And so when I was about 2, I did finally get adopted. I finally became the chosen one.
Mm-hmm.
And I was by a German American family who brought me to New Jersey.
Right. We're at New Jersey.
At Edison.
Edison. Ain't that the hood? Isn't that?
No,
it's not Edison.
No,
Edison's
it's
not
a
the...
bunch of, I can't say anything. You know what? Fuck political correctness.
Yeah,
A bunch of Indians and Arabs and a bunch of white boys who think they're hood.
okay.
That's where I live.
All right.
That's where I live.
Okay.
I'm like, calm down. You live on Albany Street. Let's relax.
Yeah,
right?
let's chill.
You live next to a 7-Eleven and, you know, there's a Menlo Park Mall is right next. Calm down. So.
Right. You spoke. We're gonna finish finding out who you are, but you spoke.
Oh, so we're done. Thank you for having me.
You talked about your early development and how that's important, and that you missed out on 2 years of your early development. Did you feel like that affected you when you started school?
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, my mom put me in speech therapy.
Right.
Because I was delayed.
Right.
They didn't teach me that as younger. I couldn't walk. I couldn't talk.
Mm.
But I remember when I wanted more of something, if I was hungry, I would do this.
So you have
sign language.
Right.
More.
Right.
And you know, when I would eat, I would gobble down food. And that's probably because of the fact that weren't feeding me enough there.
Right.
And then I had a speech therapist, and you know, just how to cope with it, how to deal with behaviors and stuff like that, which obviously didn't work with everything. So she wasted all that money. Now here I am.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
And did you go to school in Edison?
I did go to school in Edison, and I hated every minute of it.
Yeah.
I was not a popular kid. I was a weird kid. You know, I struggled with my sexuality a lot. So I tried to fuck as many women as I could to prove to myself that I wasn't gay.
Right.
Because I felt in my brain that it would make my dad proud, even though he had passed.
Right. Wow.
That if I could be him.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be my father.
Right.
Because I didn't know him that well.
Right.
And I always wanted to be him. So, and epitomize him and the kind of guy he was. So I would call family and friends, say, tell me about Daddy. What was he like? Who was he as a person? Oh, he was the life of the party. He was the greatest guy in the world. He'd give you the shirt off his back. He was funny. He was just an amazing human being. And, you know, I miss him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And my family now that I have, I don't get along with because they think that it's sick that I don't move on from it. Mm-hmm. What they don't understand is that I just want to know. Once I know what I feel, not what they feel. Mm-hmm. When I feel like I know what's enough, I'll be ready to move on.
Right.
But nobody ever truly moves on from a trauma.
Yeah.
You never move on.
No.
You can recover-ish, but you never heal from it.
Yeah, I totally understand.
And that's what this film I'm working on is about. Or that I finished is about trauma. It's called The Visit. Okay. And it took place when I was in the rehab the first time I had a drug overdose. Back in October of 2016. I was homeless at the time. My parents threw me out. And I...
But what age were you when your father passed away?
I was 5.
You were 5. Okay.
I was 5.
So from the age of 5 until, let's say, you were going out on your own, you had all these questions and you actually...
No outlet. I couldn't ask questions until I got much older.
Right. So you felt like you were kind of in a situation where you were trapped. You couldn't really express yourself the way you wanted to express yourself. What kind of family did you live with? Were they a conservative family or?
My family are Democratic, so they're very liberal. But my mother, I love my mother to death. Mm-hmm. I mean, she's an amazing human being, but she's very, very negative. Mm-hmm. And I can't be around that. And that's why we decided to go our separate ways.
Right. So you're estranged from your mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love her to death. And it's a shame because I know when she dies, I'm going to regret it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm working on that now.
Yeah.
So that I'll be able to deal with it. And it's none of our faults. It's not her fault she doesn't get along with me. It's not my fault I don't get along with her. I love her.
Yeah.
I'd kill for her. I'd give her anything she wanted. The thing is, we just don't see eye to eye on a lot of things.
Yeah.
I don't think she claims she accepts that I'm gay. I don't really think she does. I know she doesn't. Mm-hmm. and to be a teenager and to be bullied and called names by your own parents.
Yeah, that's rough.
Because of your sexuality.
Yeah.
And it's tough. It's tough.
I have a similar situation, but it's not because of who I am. It's because of who they are. And your mom is supposed to be the person that loves you no matter what.
She does. But from a distance.
So I kind of relate in that way because, my mom she left our family when I was 13. And she would be gone for a long time. I wouldn't see her or know what she was doing. And that kind of made me feel like, damn, that's my mom. She's supposed to be the person that is there no matter when no one else is. Yeah. You're supposed to have your mom. So I kind of relate to you in that way as far as not having that closeness. But what we have to do, and as far as my opinion is find out how to tolerate certain people in our lives, live with certain people in our lives at a distance, at a long, like arm's length. Because they will kind of drain on you, you'll drain on them, and it'll be toxic.
It's a toxic back and forth thing.
Right.
And let's talk about it. It's disagreement, which is what is going on. Now I'm going to backtrack a little, not forward track.
Whatever you want to do.
Let's talk about how that resonates in today, because people who disagree, instead of calmly talking about it, we have people like Trump and Putin and Biden and all these people. And let's go back to the Capitol riots. So we had all these people that were attacking the Capitol. They had a fucking noose for Nancy Pelosi. Yeah. And we're backtracking. We are backtracking.
Yeah,
we're not moving forward.
Right.
So instead of coming together as a community, our country,
or even as a family,
we're backtracking. We're going back in time, which is going to be the destruction of our universe.
Well, we might have to go back so we can go forward. Unfortunately, the cycle.
To disagree.
Yeah, you think so?
I think so. I
think it's not. You can't stop it right now because technology is really the driver of.
I think technology is the root of all evil.
It's the driver of everyone's opinion right now. You can tell.
I think Instagram is terrible. Facebook is terrible.
I couldn't find you.
TikTok is
terrible. I couldn't find you on there.
I think it's all like I see people at dinners.
Yeah.
What happened to you're in your 30s.
37.
Yeah. And you?
27.
Okay, we're the same age. And you are 43. When you and I, in our generation,
in their generation.
We're the same generation.
Yeah, I know. Make me feel old as shit.
Cell phones first started coming out, and we had the sidekicks. We had stuff like that.
Yeah.
But when you said to your friend, meet me at the park at 7:30, you met them at the park at 7:30. You played basketball, you played tackle football, you played manhunt. You played stuff, you did.
We spray painted on
did.
bikes.
Yeah.
We used to fix
you went skateboarding. You did stuff.
You want to be on the show, man? I'm joking.
We flowing. It's like this wild and everything. You got me. It's like
it's a good conversation.
Yeah, no, it's totally great. I love it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's what it was, and I miss that. I see people at dinner tables now. I love you, honey. I love you too.
Yeah.
And they go back and they're texting the whole time. What are you doing? Why are you even out of your house?
Yeah. I see it all the time.
Well, you're at dinner, and someone's on one phone, and the husband's on one phone, the wife is on the other phone, and the kid is playing on some stupid tablet.
Yeah.
Like Leapfrog
it happens.
Or something.
I'm guilty of it in my family too. But it's crazy.
Whatever happened, put the phone down. Let's talk.
So the phone now, we don't even realize it. We are all androids now. This is an extension of, you don't leave your house without your phone.
Yeah.
This is a part of your body now.
It is. Your personal information is attached to that. Your
everything is attached to it. So
I hate having a phone, but I need it to be in this business.
People have fake arms. They
Isn't
have.
that weird to think? I hate taking drugs.
I'm fucking with
No,
you.
that's just how I'm like.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
I hate taking drugs, but I need to take drugs because my banking information is in the drugs.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly,
I mean, that
exactly.
makes sense.
And you got to start thinking like, all right, this is a part of me now. This is a body part. That's why people are addicted. I train people. I'll be in the middle of training people. You have to wear boxing gloves in boxing, obviously. They'll take their glove off, go check their phone in the middle of the workout. I'm like, yo, what are you fucking doing?
Right.
We have an hour here to train, and you're going to actually take
and now
your...
you're paying for it. Now you're wasting 5
time,
minutes,
but it's not even
which
that.
is $5.
It's like
that you just
the
wasted
psychology
to
that you
enter
can't
something
focus.
Yeah.
There's not even anything there. You just want to check it, you know? And the science of it, like, for instance, the swiping. It's proven that women love to swipe left. That's why you see dating apps. What do? Swipe left.
Yeah.
You know? Because they know that it's easier for them to do that than to type in shit. It's something with human nature and especially females. So they're studying.
And fat.
They're studying
fat
us.
People are walking around
Yeah.
because they don't take the time to take care of their bodies, exercise.
We're bashing
eat
people
right.
already.
Yeah.
So to talk more about you, you're in Edison, you're in high school, you know, you're getting ready to go out in the world. You already have all these things going on inside of you. Are you angry at this point, or are you like, all right, this is my chance to come out into the world and I'm going to be free finally?
I'm not angry as much as confused.
Okay.
I think I was young, I didn't know I was angry, so I just wanted to escape. That's when the drugs began.
Okay.
So that's when I started partying, Xannies, Percocets, Klonopins. I don't know why people were getting Klonopins. Yeah, but yeah, you know those are strong. And so, but they don't give you a high unless you take a bunch of them. Xanax gives you a high. I can pop 5 bars in the streets. We call them bars. Xanax.
Yeah.
The yellow or the tubes?
The white one.
Oh.
I wish I had the school buses. The white ones.
Yeah.
They're like an extended release. But they, oh my God, they work. I know you keep checking your phone to make sure you're tired of talking to me.
No. I'm sorry. Our next guest will be here, and I want to make sure that they're not texting us to find out where we are. I'm sorry about that.
No problem at all.
But do you remember your first time
taking drugs?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. And it was with a group of friends. It was like 20 of us, and this is before they turned in Edison. They call it the Middlesex Greenway. That's what it is now. And it's a big bike path that goes for like 5 miles, and you ride up and down. It's actually quite beautiful. It's like right here in Morrisville, that
Yeah.
just like that. Only there's stone on it,
Okay.
like not rocks,
Yeah,
but like
yeah,
an
yeah,
actual road they built.
Yeah.
And before that, it was nothing but woods.
So, real quick before you finish the story, the path that you talk about in Marsville actually is right here. It comes from here all the way through Marsville, all the way up to New Hope. So we actually can step on that path right here. Yeah. Sorry to cut you off, but the Edison and your first time getting high.
My first time, I was with a bunch of friends, and they smoked pot, and I remember it was so against them. Like, no, I don't want to do it. You know, Mom told me not to. So I just tried. Tried it. Was like, whoa, I'm flying. This is fun.
Yeah.
Everyone's like laughing at me because again, I was the weird one. So I never did it. I never did a drug or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I became a pothead and smoked just too much. But remember, the brain isn't fully developed at 14.
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah.
So by the time I was, I'll get into that. So I did that. Whatever. Became 16, 17. Then started going to parties. Got a fake ID. Went to New York. started realizing, had secret sex with men because it made me. You know when you have sex with a woman and you're satisfied, you lean over on your side and you fall asleep and you're comfortable. You feel
no, I'm just fucking tired.
Yeah, you feel good.
I put in that work.
I never felt that with a woman. I always felt ashamed. I felt like it wasn't right. With a man, I can roll over and fall asleep and feel zen, feel peace.
Right.
So I snuck into New York a lot and was doing that. And this is coming out. This is my grandma. This is her up from the Olympics in 1968.
Really?
Dang.
Your grandmother was in the Olympics.
I don't think so.
She just.
Everything she was
and that's the kind of medals they were giving out back then?
Could be. Sure, she knew somebody who was in it.
You got it backwards.
Well, no, it's forwards, but I just twisted because here's the Olympic symbol.
Right. I see that.
So this was hers, and I asked my aunt for it for my birthday this year. So they gave me this, and this was my grandmother's. She wore it when she died. It's bronze, gold, and silver mixed together.
Nice.
All to make a bracelet.
Right.
And then I have a solid gold angel from her that she wore.
Okay.
With diamonds in it.
Nice.
And then this is what I was telling you before, a Russian wicker box they have, but it's a pin. And then I don't know what story it's telling, but it's nice, and because she would love it.
Right.
And so I try to imitate.
She a big part of your life?
She was a huge part of my life. Yeah. She was this beautiful, elegant woman, beautiful, long, white, blonde bob hair. Always very classy. Hello, my darling. How are you? You know, talk German accent.
Yeah.
Very wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
Not that she was wealthy, but very a high class broad.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Eloquent.
Very eloquent.
Right.
Extremely eloquent. And I always tried to be that. And my mom's like, why? I'm like, because I don't want to be you. I don't want to be miserable and poor.
Right.
Like you.
Right.
I want to be somebody, and somebody that can be elegant.
Right. And you felt that from an early age, that like
I knew from an early age.
You wanted to. Did you know that you wanted to grow your hair? And
no, this is a way of getting back at my parents.
Oh yeah.
This is my form of rebellion. I wanted to grow my hair since I was a little kid. My parents never let me. You're a boy. You don't have long hair. You cut your hair.
Right.
And then as soon as I moved out, I grew it out.
Right.
I was actually longer. It was actually down to like here.
Right.
And I cut it because it started looking feminine. I don't want it to look feminine.
Right.
But it was too long, so I cut it back up here to make it look more manly.
Right, I guess. It still looks pretty long. You got your bangs cut and everything.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a good look. Yeah.
You got a diet now, yo.
So
she got like a blonde on Silver Street.
You want to be on there?
I need a
sidekick.
You did this.
I'm gonna give you an interview. Maybe you might be a side guest host on there. So you're in New York. You're
having sex with
men. Yeah. That's not what every guy does. That sounds like some Studio 54. You ever hear of Studio 54?
Of course.
Yeah, that sounds like
Paradise Garage.
Were you living like
no, but I've
the
heard
nightlife?
Of Paradise Garage. Right. There's a lot of fun. My ex fiance, we were together for 3.5 years. He was a lot older than me, very attractive though. Told me in the late 80s about the Paradise Garage.
Right.
It was popping.
Yeah.
And they would actually blow smoke of poppers.
Right. Yeah.
They would blow smoke of poppers in the vents.
Yeah, so everybody was getting high.
1,000 people dancing. And they'd all get horny and dance and fuck each other.
It's funny because I was watching this documentary on Andy Warhol. You know who Andy Warhol is? And he would be up in New York, and he would say like people would give him Quaaludes or something.
Quaaludes.
Yeah, and he would fake take them and put them in his pocket And at the end of the night, the
So-
person that gave it to him would be like, "Why are you so normal? I gave you all those Quaaludes," and he said to him, "Yeah, you gave them to me, but did you see me ingest them?" No, he would pull them out of his pocket and give them back to him. He said he just would drink a little bit, but he would fake out that he was getting high with everybody.
Yeah, and you know there was no liquor served there.
Yeah,
Paradise Garage. So
right.
People went high and then went.
Well, this was a story about Studio 54, but he was probably partying everywhere. And
I mean, I still party. There's one that I know of, one, unless any of the viewers can tell me. There's only one disco, like an actual disco, left in New York City. Gay disco, and it's called the Monster.
It sounds pretty.
And it's so
Pretty-
much fun. They play 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
You know, they play.
Did you get a lot of
Summers? They play the Stones. They play. I play a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can drink and just party and forget everything.
Do you think that you got a lot of your culture when you were going to New York a lot?
I'm very old school. Yeah, I'm a very New York guy, which is why I'm very hesitant to. I believe it's mediums, and I've seen a few, and they keep telling me South Florida or California, which is weird because I just recently went to South Florida and I loved it.
Yeah.
But there's nothing for my career there.
Right.
California, there is.
Yeah.
But why would I want to go to California when New York is right here? Atlanta's becoming a big,
Definitely.
thing.
Yeah.
So I have New York and Atlanta. Why would I want to go to Los Angeles?
Where everybody's leaving Los Angeles anyway.
Yeah.
The pandemic really messed things up. There's a lot of people going to places like Houston. No one wants to go to Texas, but but there's a lot of actors and people finding work in cities like in other places now. What got you into acting anyway? How did that come about?
I was about 17 or 18, and I met a friend named Bo Pierce, who was a friend of mine in high school. He was a really weird kid. He used to howl at the moon, so he was a wolf. And
them yellow school buses. The yellow school buses.
And, I said, "What are you doing, man? It's been a while. What are you up to?" He goes, "Oh, I'm acting." "You're acting?" "Yeah, I always wanted to do that." "How do you get into it?" He reached in his pocket and made a card for Central Casting. He said, "Call it. Use my name." I said, "Okay, I'll call it Central Casting." This Central Casting said, "What is this?" He said, "Oh, you come, it's like a job, you put your I-9 information in, all that, and you get hired as a background actor on like major TV shows."
Yeah.
And my very first job I gave was with Tom Selleck on Blue Bloods.
Oh yeah.
And my first starstruck moment was because he looked me directly in the eye, and he walked past me, and we were probably as far apart as you and I are, and I could smell the cologne as he walked by.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is what I want to do. This
Yeah,
is what I want to
yeah.
do. And I remember craft services.
It was great, wasn't it? The bomb.
But have you ever seen a group of actors and assistant directors at craft services?
I've done it.
It's like birds at the beach. It's like the sea movie. They're
waiting
always
for
wanting
lunch.
there to just take everything.
Yeah.
And you better keep your fucking hands out of the way. Like somebody might need it.
Yeah. I was an extra in the movie Creed, the first one. Yeah. And they had craft service. You had breakfast and lunch.
Yeah.
Did we have dinner? I don't think we had dinner, but anything you could imagine that you want to eat.
Like steak and fish and
lobster.
Yeah.
Dude, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
In the morning, in the morning you go there. I'm just an extra. I have no words in the movie, nothing. Go over there and tell them what you want for breakfast. You can have anything. Anything. They have a line of craft chefs. You go to the one person, I want an omelet, I want scrambled eggs, I want this in it, I want that. They have everything. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, show business is no joke.
It's crazy. You would think how much money they spend on these movies is ridiculous. But the work is hard. The work is not easy.
It's not easy being an actor.
How do you enjoy
I know
it?
that from directing and producing the movies.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be an 8-hour day. it took 12 hours to do a 5-minute short film. So it's probably going to take a long time to do a 15-minute one.
Right.
Next week.
And, you know, you're in there, you're moving the cameras around to get different angles all day, saying the same thing. There was people in my scene that had to jump rope the whole time. They're sweating, wiping sweat off of their selves.
Yeah,
I could tell why actors get paid the big bucks. Imagine being Tom Cruise having to jump from roof to roof 100 times. Then they switch the camera on you.
But they have stuntmen for that.
Oh, true.
They have stuntmen for that. Someone who dresses and looks like them.
Yeah.
They have stuntmen for
All right.
that.
I should have used Jackie Chan because he does his own stunts.
Does he really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he does his own. Well, that's what they say he does. It's in most of his movies.
Maybe
show
they
him.
say that just so he gets more work.
You think so? So you have your first gig and everything. Did that really you're like, man, I got to get another one? Was that your new drug at the time?
Okay, it's time.
It's time.
It's time.
This is what you're going to do.
It's time. I don't know how I was going to get there, but I know it's going to get there.
Yeah.
So now I just turned 25. I'm divorced. I'm going to focus on me now.
Yeah.
Whether that's through podcasting, getting myself out there, acting, making my own film, getting a good agent, somebody who's going to actually book me on work.
Right.
You know, whatever I can do.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a hard hustle, you know. I know a lot of friends who wanted to be, you know, lead actors and all that, and they're in the actors union, picking up work whenever it comes. How do you find the hustle of being an actor? Is it something that you enjoy, the grind, or is it something like where you're like, I should be there already? It's a horrible question, but
Horrible question. I mean, let me put it to you like this. There's people who are in show business who don't belong in there.
right,
There's people who are talentless. But they don't care about that. They care about how many followers you have.
right,
They care about
right.
who you are.
Yeah.
Who recommended you.
Yeah,
So I could be the most talented person in the world.
yeah, but you don't have recognition. It doesn't matter.
So they don't give a fuck. They're
Right.
going to go with the person who's a loser
Right.
because they have recognition.
Yeah.
And that's just the way the business is. So what kind of an idiot must I be to be in this business?
Well, I think though your look, your character, not your character as in like it's a cartoon character, but
No,
who
I
you
know what
are, would make people want to have you on film. I could imagine you as a Walking Dead fucking actor on the show. Also,
not a zombie. Like
not a zombie,
character.
like a character, and also representing the LBG community,
Yeah.
GT community.
So I like to do a lot of that.
Yeah.
Do a lot of things. I really want to do a slasher.
Yeah,
Like Halloween.
yeah,
I would love horror films.
right.
Particularly slashers.
Yeah,
My favorite film is actually The Babadook.
I've never heard of it.
And not the collection?
Huh?
You didn't like the collection?
I don't know if I've seen that. But look up The Babadook. It's like a British movie. It's scary as all hell.
Babadook. And your new
Babadook.
but your movie coming out, or that you're going to be doing, is called
The Visit.
The Visit, right?
It already came out.
Oh, it already came out.
It already came out.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so,
Oh, I got you.
So it's been doing great.
Yeah.
And, I'm really excited about that.
So tell us a little bit of what it's about.
The Visit.
Yeah.
So The Visit starts off. So every film has a beginning, middle, and end.
Right.
And as you know, people in Hollywood are like flies. They have thousands of things to review. They don't have time to sit there and watch everything. So there has to be a beginning, a middle, and end. The beginning is I'm in the rehab with no interest in getting sober. I'm a bitch to the nurse. She comes in here. Most of the time, like, oh, it's you again. Isn't it bad enough you're wearing blue? It's not your color. Then, I'm sitting there lying down. I can't sleep. I'm up. Feel like shit. And then, my grandmother's ghost appears. And I'm like, funny. She goes, hello, my darling. You know why I'm here. She's talking to me. Then I have to get very emotional. But imagine doing that scene over and over and
Yeah,
over.
no.
Getting emotional. Getting emotional.
How do you do that? How do you do you draw from a place that makes you sad?
Yeah.
Yeah? I always found that to be like, how do they cry? How do you do that?
You can do it a good 3-4 times on your own, but eventually you'll need eye drops.
Yeah, is that what they do? They use eye drops?
I think we did about 7 times. So I think the last 3 times I used eye drops.
Right.
But the first 4 times, they were actual
tears. And do you practice that?
No.
It just comes out?
Yeah.
Jesus. So, and the movie is about your grandma visiting you, or
it's about her warning me, if you keep doing drugs, you're gonna die.
Right.
And then the ending scene is me going, why would you leave me? I have resolved through this, and so it goes through the denial phase, which is the beginning. Then she comes and visits me, so it's anger.
Mm-hmm.
It's I don't believe it. No way. Then it goes to acceptance, which is the end scene where I'm getting up and I'm turning and I'm looking out of the window, looking for her outside.
Right.
The stars.
Right.
And the nurse walks in. Says, Dylan, what's wrong with you? And it's kind of slowly turn. She goes smirk on my face, and I say, nothing. It's just, I finally, I get it. She's like, oh really? What did you get? What did you figure out? And I look up at her and just smile and say, I had it.
To the nurse.
Yeah. And then it cuts out.
Nice. Now, is that parallel with your real life? How did you...
That is based on my real life.
It is,
I did,
right.
in fact, have an overdose when I was 16.
Right.
I was homeless. I was in a hospital. Didn't know how I got there. And I was placed in a place called, I don't know if I'm allowed to say the name or not, but I'm sure I can. Carrier Clinic.
Okay.
In Belmead, New Jersey.
Okay.
And I've been sober ever since.
Nice.
But the experience was very grim and very dark, and it was very pleasant.
Right.
And so I'll never do that again.
Right.
So, and I've had slip-ups.
Okay.
There's been times where I've gone to a party and taken a bar or two.
Right.
But would I say it's an everyday thing where I'm taking?
Yeah.
Where I'm like prescribed, where I'm taking 5 or 6 every day. No.
Right. So
I am in recovery.
Mm-hmm.
But I am an addict.
Yeah.
But I am in recovery. Will I be recovered for the rest of my life? I hope so.
Yeah.
But there's no guarantee.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, there's no guarantee.
Yeah, I deal with a lot of that in my business. Actually, the room that we're in, we have NA meetings every Friday.
I'd love to come to one.
Yeah, no problem. I'll let you know after the show. I'm not allowed to come because I'm not in recovery, but it seems like they have good turnouts and stuff. I'll be okay. I'll be okay.
Right into it.
Yeah, you got me, right?
All you have to do is talk to me for a few more minutes. You'll get recovery after that.
So, but you're recovered, you're here, shooting movies, your life is different than the way it was.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand it. I recovered my hair?
No, you're here.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry. You're not the only person that corrects me. You're not the only person that says I talk funny.
I picked them up.
You know what I say funny?
What?
Instead of saying the word both with a T, I get made fun of in class because I told them to use both hands.
It's like saying, I'd like to thank my moms. You have one fucking mom. I'd like to thank my moms for giving me this award and my pops for doing mom.
Some people have 2 moms.
Well, yeah, fine, but you know what I'm talking about. The grammatic.
I know that.
I'd like to thank my moms. And there's a comedian, Judy Gold, who I love, and she made a joke about that. And she said something like that. Because she's a lesbian and she has, her son has 2 moms.
2 moms, yeah.
So she said, whenever my son goes on stage and says, yeah, I'd like to thank my moms, he actually means it.
Yeah.
Because
he has 2 moms. Yeah. They're out, there's people with 2 moms.
Yeah.
So we talked about the visit and everything. Do you have any plans or future projects that are in the works now?
Yeah, this one that I'm doing next Saturday, it's a slasher film.
Right.
So it's a mime. So the mimes don't talk; they wear the makeup.
Yeah.
And then they, I'm with a group of friends, and they kill us off one by one. But of course, I'm the survivor.
Right. Obviously. Yeah.
It's my movie. So
Right.
I'm not gonna
No, not at all.
But it's gonna take place right here in Morrisville under the bridges there.
Nice.
Late at night. So it's gonna be night exterior.
Okay.
I don't like night exterior
Why?
because it's night.
Night. Yeah,
and
but
I like to sleep.
I felt like during Creed, that's when the good food came out at night. You're not gonna have any
I'm
catering
paying for this. This is a $1,500 very, very low budget for what I'm doing. There's no craft services. Maybe I'll buy someone a bag of Cheez-Its. I mean, that's about it.
Where will this video be released, or this movie? Sorry.
This one won't be released. This one I'm gonna submit to festivals because it's longer.
Yeah.
The smaller 5-minute one that I did, that I'm gonna try to promote and release everywhere. I'm gonna try to go on the shows. You can maybe even show snippets of it.
Yeah, we could do that, right?
Yeah.
Put a little promo in there. If you don't sue us, all right, cool.
I mean, I own the rights to it.
Yeah, cool. So I feel like we have not even touched the tip of the iceberg with conversations that we could be having on this show.
We could talk about so much more.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, your weed lady's here.
Cannabis. Lord. Our next guest is not my weed lady.
Right.
This is actually my first time meeting her as well in person. We've talked plenty of times, but what I want to do is what we usually do on the end, and I'll talk to Jordan because I think that you should come back on our very next time that we do a podcast so we can have part 2. But at the end of our show, I like to have people send any message. I didn't tell you this before because I like it to be candid. Send any message that they want the world to know, either about themselves or about just anything in general. So the mic is going to be turned over to you. This is your chance to spread your message to that camera.
Okay, so I look at the camera.
Yeah, but you got to do that a little bit better.
Yeah,
there you go. There you go.
Okay, so for anyone who's a fucking asshole, go fuck yourself, okay?
Okay.
Seriously, go fuck yourself with a big fucking 10-inch dildo.
Okay.
That's the first thing I'm going to say. Secondly, if anybody is struggling with mental health or drug addiction, seek help. It is not a shameful thing. It is a badge of honor if you recognize you have a problem, to be able to admit it and say it and put yourself in a situation where your doctors won't give it to you, your family's gonna watch you like a hawk, that this is it. I have to find other ways to deal with my emotions. Then I say do it. And if your dream is to be in the arts, do it. Do it. Do it. Be there. Be on time. Learn your lines. Focus. Concentrate. Be there. Again, most importantly, if you're struggling, which I know you are, because you wouldn't be listening to this podcast if you weren't. Get that help.
Definitely got a hack.
Yeah, part 2.
Get the help you need. Get the help you need. Save yourself. Save your loved ones. There's nothing wrong with that. Love yourself. And fuck that. You don't have to love yourself first. You can love somebody else. But take care of yourself. That's what counts. Thank you, and go fuck yourself.
You never told us about that beautiful chinchilla you have on.
Oh, this is a fur coat. It's rabbit fur because I'm not rich. So I lie to people and tell them it's like chinchilla or mink or something. But I get a lot of compliments on it, and I really love it. I bought it after my first, after the first film, one of my first films I did. I got paid for it, and I bought my first.
Is it beaver or rabbit?
It's
Or
rabbit.
fox?
It's rabbit.
It's rabbit.
It's even softer than beaver. You can feel it.
It's pretty soft.
It's very soft.
Yeah.
Right.
It's light too. You were worried about the heat.
And the inside has like a cool design.
Nice.
on the
Yeah.
inside.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nice.
So.
All
that's
right.
good. And then I have my little cool, funky Chuck Taylors.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
So I like to be stylish.
That's it. When you come back the second time, make sure you got a chinchilla.
I'll wear the same.
You wear the same outfit?
Or I'll be dressed in all leather. And it can be like one of those, and I'll have a hole in the back of my ass.
Yeah,
And it can be like one of those leather porn things.
I got
Where you
you.
can use the villa to stay to it.
Well, by that time,
Yeah, use the box. Make sure it's
by that
empty.
time, Steph will be on the show, and
No, by
we'll have him doing it.
I'm not gonna do no beatings. No beatings.
I have assistants for
No, by that well, it's
Just
alright.
make sure you wear your chinchilla next
Well,
time.
by that time, your drug dealer will be here.
She's not a drug dealer.
You're not a drug dealer, bro.
She's not a drug
He's a
dealer.
cannabinoid expert.
Yes.
Which is
Cannabinoid.
No, nobody can see you. You're good. You're good. Sorry.
terrific.
All right,
It's not
so
like that.
that's the end of the show. This is the Young Black Suburban. We had Dylan Kelley on,
Thank you
Actor.
so much for having me.
Name your movie.
LBGT activist, Q
Yeah.
recovery activist as well. Thanks for being on the show. It was a
Thank
great
you
show.
so much for having me.
We'll see you on the next one.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Don't fight me. Don't fight me.
So we did.